What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Um, Let me know if you can see me okay, and also let me know if I sound okay. In my headphones, I sound a little robotic, but that's because I have a noise reducer enabled that cuts out background noise. So just let me know if everything is good. It is so good to be here with you all. Today is another episode of the Defiant Brandon show or podcast, whatever you want to call it. This is our eighth episode. We're two episodes away from episode 10, which is going to be humongous. We are in the building, though. And today we have to talk about the the bed winch altar call. The bed winch altar call. Now, many of you may not know what a bed winch is. Traditionally, that is a black woman or even a minority woman who seeks the validation or back historically seeks to bed their the men of the group that dominates them. For example, back in slavery, you would have some female slaves who would actually willingly give themselves up to Massa, his sons, or whatever Caucasian male they could offer themselves up to for either special treatment or just to feel like they were uh, more prized than the other chattel. But in our modern day, while it may not be as definitive as it was during slavery, the bed winch still exists. There are bed winches all around us. We see the most recent example is TAM, the flailing female host of No Jumper. Please bring back Jaleese. I feel like Jaleese had more depth. I feel like Jaleese at least knew what she wanted to focus on and had opinions on specific things. Whereas Tam is more of a hype woman. Everything is, yeah, that's right. Let's go. That part. Woo. She's one of those. Soft spoken. Um, Everyone believes that this lady is so attractive. I'm not gonna say she's ugly. Don't make me rate her. You give me some super chats and I'll give you a number rating between 1 to 10, but she embodies all of the characteristics of a typical bed witch. Um when I first met her, she I gave her flowers, showed massive respect. Uh Foolishly believed the No Jumper audience when they said she's a queen, and specifically someone who was a fellow host who was like, yo, she's on the same stuff you're on. So I thought when I went in, I would have like an ally speaking for the resurgence, speaking in favor of the resurgence of my African American people back to a place of excellence and prominence. So I came in with the flowers, being extra cool, like, yo, I got a female perspective that's like, talking that good common sense. Only to find out that yeah, she was winching it. She was definitely bed winching it. Um, Took my damn flowers, sat there and clutched on them hoes like she liked them. Probably ain't got flowers in several months or ever, uh, or no time recent. She was clutching my damn flowers that I gave her. But then the next day, soon as she got around boss man in a room full of guys who are not even darker than a brown paper bag, she went straight into bed winch mode, blasting me, shaming me. You know, I had never shamed her, blast her, criticized her in a negative way. I might have said a thing or two about the Pookies and Ray Rays that she worshiped, but I never said anything about her specifically. And that's when I knew, yo, we had a bed winch on our hands. A bed winch will defend the lowest level of black male there is while eliminating or disqualifying black men as potential love interest. Adam 22 as Tam, yo, would you date a white guy? She was like, yeah, yeah, I would, as a matter of fact. And she was like, she was like, um, she basically was like, that's the direction I'm going in because black men, if they make the money I make, they want to be treated like Jesus and you know, the typical talking points of any feminist bedwin black feminist bedwinch. And it's so funny because don't black women want to be treated like queens? Don't they want a man who caters to them and throws them, you know, treats them like they're God's gift to humanity? They want us to be obsessed, literally, literally. My lady was like, "I want you to be obsessed with me." Ah! You know what I'm saying? Like obsessed. You crazy as hell. I ain't obsessed with nobody but me. Period. But I do love you. I do care about you. You know, I give you everything within my power. But this is the narrative that black women are, you know, have created. We want our men to be obsessed with us and worship the ground we walk on. We want a lot while giving nothing in return. That's the biggest thing. You need to pay all the bills and da 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 da. Okay. So you gonna be up here cooking and cleaning. You don't own me. I ain't your slave. I ain't your servant. Okay. So while I'm paying all the bills and busting my ass, what exactly are you gonna be doing? Sitting around looking at you crazy while they go spend their money on ridiculously expensive um, um, pampering, ridiculous $700 wigs that look ridiculous, hair pieces like the clips that Tam wears in the back of her skull on No Jumper. You get to slave and bust your ass, and they get to live like they on a permanent vacation. That's what a lot of these, you know, a lot of black women want. And because black men are starting to wake up to that and saying, nah, I'm not cool with that. We hate black women. We're misogynists. We hate our mother. You know, the typical tropes. So this is the bed winch altar call because what you will understand as you continue to watch this channel is what you see in your day to day life is heavily influenced and many times directly reflects the things that you believe have nothing to do with you. And I'm going to tell you right now that the bed winching is taking place on more than just the local intrapersonal level. It is also taking place nationally, and it is highlighted nowhere better than this current debate over the immigration situation where ICE has been ordered by Donald Trump to get these illegal immigrants out of the country. And for a while, I felt like the black women were doing good because they were not allowing themselves to be drawn into that situation. But now, as is always or usually the case, Massa has found a way to bait them in. And he baits them in with absolutely nothing, but he works on them constantly until their mental fortitude gives way. And then you're looking at black women risk it all on behalf of a bunch of people who ain't doing shit for them. Prime example, Stephen A. Smith is under attack from black women. They are saying he needs to be canceled. Stephen A. Smith, a God fearing black man, an upstanding member of society, someone who has done a lot for the African American community, including but not limited to the black American woman who is not out here acting a fool, makes a great living, is, I believe, the highest paid anchor at ESPN, has definitely made history when it comes to black anchors or commentators, especially in the sports category. I mean, he's bigger than Brian Gumble. He's bigger than any. I mean, name a big time black sports anchor. I'll give you 10 seconds. There isn't one. Brian Gumble was the biggest up until Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith has blown Brian Gumble out of the water. He is a hero of mine. He sets a standard of excellence. There is no one better to ever do it. And I have no problem saying that. I admire and respect him and lift him up to every height that he deserves to be at. What are black women doing? Attacking him, tearing him down because he was honest about the behavior of a particular black congresswoman named Jasmine Crockett. You have seen the videos. She is a educated, intelligent, articulate black woman who chooses to act like a hood rat in the streets for the praise of who? Her Democrat allies, who just so happen to primarily be of the non-black variety. She is a bad wench out here shucking and jiving for the approval of massa, for lack of better term, of a better word or better term. Stephen A. Smith was honest about her. Black women attacked him. Oh my God, he needs to be canceled. He's giving little D energy. He's horrible. He's monstrous. He's this, that, and the third, right? But at the same time, while they attack a law-abiding, legal American citizen who works and pays taxes, they are defending, out here marching and fighting with ICE over a bunch of criminal, illegal immigrant, migrants, whatever you want to call them, who have illegally entered this country and are fighting against the president of the United States and the agents that are under his command because they don't want to leave the country. So this is just like I'm talking. This is TAM in a nutshell. She is a direct reflection of what's going on nationally. She bashes me, a law-abiding black male with a family who I'm raising. Yesterday, I was at a football game for my daughter's high school. Her teacher walked up to me. White dude, are you Samira's dad? I said, yeah, we're in the stands. This guy makes a big old fuss. Oh my God. You are producing excellence. Your daughter is such a pleasure to have in class. She's my favorite student. Man, I need to have you talk to my entire class. Because whatever you're telling her is working, right? Not even to toot my own horn. My nephew in the same damn class won't even show up to school. Okay, so that just tell you there's definitely a balance. But he lived with his mama. My baby is my baby. And she's so a perfect contrast of the parenting of ghetto bed wenches like his mom and a father who is actively involved in helping his kid reach the highest height. To Tam, I am the enemy. To her, I am the enemy. He always judging. He always talking about. But let us mention a Pookie like almighty suspect. Let us mention some degenerate gangbanger with a couple black bodies under his belt. Oh, kudos. Oh my God, she's praising these people. Now, doesn't that seem a lot like how black women nationally are trying to destroy Stephen A. Smith for having an opinion while simultaneously defending a bunch of criminal illegal alien migrants? I'm telling you guys, the monkey don't fall far from the feminist tree. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. The monkey don't fall far from the bad wench don't fall far from the feminist tree, bro. Like fruit. And so me, because I kind of like, I'm watching, I feel like I'm a bit more cognizant of what the hell's going on. And I have a lot of things that interest me. I'm not like just, solely in this like no jumper universe. You're getting a vision of what's in my mind when I'm dealing with this chick. I feel like this is more than just you disliking me or you shitting on me every chance you get. You literally have hosts at No Jumper. Like, yo, we need Brandon back over here. Maybe they don't like me, but they recognize what I bring to the table. She the only bad wench up in there hating. Nah, don't bring her. Okay, Don't bring me back. Who's about to get these views up? You, Tam? No, everything you're on, the views go down. Everything she's on, the views are tanking because she is not she didn't earn it. She's literally just a DEI hire. Ricky won the host competition, but Tam is on more than Ricky. And what does Tam bring to the table? Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's classy. Oh, she's sophisticated, which I challenge all those. But she didn't win. So on the day when it mattered, she wasn't able to use any of those things to actually win based on merit. So now she's being DEI gifted the position that Ricky earned because Josh just doesn't want anyone who's smarter than him in the room. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Massa gonna have the women working in the house because he don't want nobody in the house that could be perceived as more man than him. He's gonna be the only cock in the hen house, so to speak. That's just the way it is. But if you really look at the situation, she's a DEI hire. She's there because she's pretty. She's a woman. It's just DEI. It's DEI. Give me one clip of Tam saying anything that is even remotely newsworthy, clip-worthy, viral, anything, anything, nothing at all. So now, No Jumper is engaged in DEI hires. And guess what? You're getting the same result that you always get when you go towards DEI. And maybe Adam's responsible, but I don't think Adam really keeps track of the record of the results of the decisions that whatever Josh is doing are reflecting. But we know that this is going to fail. But there's no one in the room except for maybe Lush, I believe, who is smart enough or educated or knowledgeable enough of these situations to identify it. And he's not going to call it out. He is not going to call it out. That's just the reality. But he knows his DEI and he knows it's not working. But he's just going to sit there and be like, yeah, Tam, you spoke, you glazed man the boot. But even he recently admitted, yo, we do kind of need Brandon back on this bit. Why? Because you need people who actually are talented at doing this job. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or the best, but damn it, I was working at it and it was good. It was working. My boy Tay wasn't on there Thursday and the show collapsed. Sorry. My boy Creep stood up for me. Hey, bro, we need you back on the show. We need him back on the show. Keeping it real. So if all the people in the room are like, yo, bro need to be back, who do you think is the person like? Nah. Josh. Follow with Tam. Follow with Adam. And I don't think Adam really gives a shit as far as like whatever I want to get paid. But it's just straight hate. You can't say it's based on merit or lack of engagement or anything like that. It's just straight up, I don't like you because you don't think like I do politically. And I got one little parrot bedwench who gonna agree with me, right? And that's okay. I think I got under his skin when I talked about how No Jumper, they act like they talk about the Jewish people in the record label, but they doing the same thing on the podcast. I think I might have got under his skin with that one, but it's okay. We're gonna be fine. But that is the connection I wanted to make here. And I want to show you how that plays out on the national scale and doesn't work. It always ends bad. And then I'm going to show you how it's happening in our real life. So there's a rep named LaMonica McIvers who is just dumb. She's a female representative out of New Jersey, and she was recently caught up in a situation where she went over to an ICE detention facility, and this woman, literally, black female, was literally fighting with ICE agents. I'm talking about gave one a forearm, pushing, grab. She fighting. Now there's white men and stuff with her, Hispanic men with her as well, black men with her too. They were being ignorant and like not following ICE's orders, but not a single one of them threw a punch or was trying to fight, right? Trying to fight, actually physically fight with the ICE agents because they know their ass will go to jail. But this is why the black woman is the best, the favorite stooge of the Democrats, liberals, and ultimately white supremacy, because she will always take shit to the next level. I'm telling you, I'm not the only one who be looking at black women like, dang, she tripping. And then black women do something like, damn, like, is she even thinking? Bro, I saw a video of a chick just walking up, killing another chick over a dude in broad daylight. A bunch of black women behind her. Yeah, girl, you should go shoot that bee. She walked over and murdered this lady over a dude who clearly don't really want her like that. She literally just murdered somebody brought there. I said, bruh, I ain't never even seen a man do no shit like that. But these black women are hyper masculine and they don't believe that the rules apply to them. And if you say anything to them, they are ready to attack you. The law, I'm telling you, I'm not saying this to be funny. Black women in America have developed this train of thought where they feel like the law doesn't apply to them. And even though their white zaddy, who they bet winch for, continuously reminds them, they will still crash out. Look at baddies. Look at bad girls, cause all this bull crap. Who do you got on there? You can't make that show with no black dudes. Black dudes gonna be thinking like, man, I ain't trying to go to jail over this shit. Now, black women, give them a couple drinks. They ready to risk it all over something minor. Let's go. This is McIver's, New Jersey congresswoman. She has officially been charged with a felony now over this because she cares about immigrants so much. That girl don't give a damn about immigrants. She knows that going out acting wild, acting crazy, saying offensive, disrespectful shit is the way that black females are climbing up the ladder in the Democrat Party. So she's doing her best impersonation of Jasmine Crockett, but she crossed the line. You ever knew a bunch of people, you might be chasing somebody, but then everybody stopping, your dumb ass is still running, so you get caught out in the open? That's black women. They running with the crowd, but the crowd stops all of a sudden like, oh, that's the line that you don't cross. Black women keep right on running out there, and they get caught every time.
Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson.
And I'm Jessica Moore. The woman representing New Jersey District 10 is now facing felony charges.
Congresswoman Monica McIver is denying any wrongdoing after federal agents say that she interfered during the arrest of Newark's mayor outside an ICE detention facility. The confrontation, caught on body cameras, has sparked backlash from Capitol Hill to her home district. And Nick Calloway has more.
Democratic Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, seen in red, now facing felony charges after that May 9th skirmish at Delaney Hall in Newark. Charging documents included still frames from police body cameras alleging McIver shoved and grabbed federal officers as they were arresting Newark Mayor Ras Baraka. Prosecutors say she and others attempted to thwart the arrest, yelling, "Circle the mayor." McIver disputes the accusations.
I was there to do my job along with my other colleagues. We have done this before. This is our obligation to do. It's in our job description to have oversight over a facility, and the entire situation was escalated by ICE.
President Donald Trump weighed in on the charges Tuesday.
She was shoving federal agents. She was out of control. The days of that crap are over in this country. We're going to have law and order.
In Washington, D.C., members of the Congressional Black Caucus stood in support of Congresswoman McIver.
The President of the United States has weaponized his Department of Justice in an attempt to make a young Congresswoman from New Jersey the focal point of his efforts to intimidate Congress into submission.
So Donald Trump made LaMonica McIvers go to an ICE facility. Matt, notice, no other person in attendance managed to fight with ICE, right? The one guy who was arrested, he got arrested for criminal trespassing. But he didn't fight. He put his arms behind his back, got arrested. Martin Luther King wasn't fighting nobody. He put his arms behind his back, got arrested, right? Went on into jail, and you'll fight that in court. And you might win. Who knows? Only the black woman. Women know they cannot beat up a man, especially an ICE agent. Girl, you don't stand no chance in a physical fight with this person. What got in your mind to make you think about fighting this person? And I'm going to show you exactly what happened because there's a better video right here.
Developing in New Jersey, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver now facing federal charges.
What was that? I'm going to back it up. Look at her push this dude with her forearm in the back.
Now facing federal charges from this confrontation at an ICE detention facility in Newark. Today, New York's Rami Smith at that facility, Delaney Hall.
She did more than that too. It's a longer video. I literally covered this a couple of months back. She was fighting with them. And if you fight with the police, you get arrested. You're a congresswoman, you know better. You're a representative, right? Right? That's what's going on. We could get to Crowder at the barbershop. Y'all get some donations going. We'll talk about Crowder, Louder with Crowder at the Black Barbershop. Let me know if y'all want to add topics. Shoot some bell. But listen, she's a criminal, and now she's being charged with a felony. Now she has to live with her actions, so she could look good to a bunch of. Look at these witches. Look at these idiots. There ain't a black face in the bunch. Show me LaMonica McIver's going to a New Jersey state penitentiary where they got black men locked up by the thousands. Show me a video of her going over there, getting in a scuffle, fighting, trying to check on the black men who are incarcerated over there. You won't. Because that's what bad wenches do. They criticize black men. They talk major shit about us all day. They claim they fighting for us, but I never see it. But when the next group, hey, bitch, get up and go out here and throw some hands, they jump up and they ready to go to war over it. This is why black men basically just checked out. Bruh, you fight me in the house, you argue me in the house all goddamn day. You get out in public, you bashing me, talking about how I ain't this and I ain't shit and all that stuff. We know you know how to act because when you get around other groups, you fall in line. Black women will sit around and watch the police beat the dog crap out of a black dude, will never intervene. But if the Democrats say, we need you to go risk your political career to pretending you care about illegal criminals, they're ready to do it. Put me in, coach. I'm ready. And that's exactly what she did. Also, these chicks who don't give a shit about her. You know what I'm saying? They just here because most of them probably paid to be out there. It's 6 people out here. This is what you threw away your political career for?
Protesters rallied outside the U.S. Attorney's office in Newark Tuesday to protest the charges against Congresswoman McIver.
So today we're trying to make sure that the charges against the Congresswoman are dropped immediately. They're bogus charges.
An attorney for Congresswoman McIver called the decision to charge her spectacularly inappropriate, adding that in the courtroom, facts, not headlines, matter. In Newark, Nick Calloway, CBS News, New York.
In the courtroom, first of all, it's federal, so the charges ain't getting dropped. Second of all, they have you on video interfering with a federal arrest during a time when the government is on, they're really going hard to restore order and force these people to like respect federal authority. You're gonna be made an example out of, LaMonica. You're cooked. You're done. You're done. Now everyone who depended on you is gonna be fucked because you had to go pretend to care about a bunch of illegal immigrants that you don't give a damn about. I don't care what they say. I'm not throwing away my good ass job over a bunch of people who ain't gonna throw away their job for me. Jorge ain't missing a damn day of work to come even vote for you. He's not giving a quarter to your campaign. That's what politicians are about. You support them and they support you. My penthouse in Africa, right? The guy who owns the building, he is running for member of parliament, which is like Congress over there, right? That guy is running to be a member of parliament. I am going to donate money to his campaign. I know him. I have his phone number. When I call him, he answers. When I have a problem in my building, I can drive to his office, talk to him about whatever. There's some little special treat like things he let me do that other people can't do because I'm cool. We've sat down. We've had lunch together. Bro is actually he's on TV out there on the news too. I'm going to donate to him because that's what politics is. You help the people who help you. How is an illegal immigrant helping you? They're not donating nothing. They can't vote for you. You might have some people who are illegal who support them, right? But ultimately, if you end up losing your damn job and position, how do you help them in the long run? You don't. Black women are constantly getting tricked out of their position because they believe in something that Malcolm X called progress through concession. Actually, that wasn't Malcolm X. That was Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm going to give up everything and that's going to move me forward. It's not. It's not. Stop. You're out here risking everything for nothing in return. Guys, Hispanics don't even care about this stuff. Hispanics don't. The only people you see at these protests are whites, white acting Hispanics, and old people. And it ain't a lot of them. You know why? Because the Hispanics are at work. The Mexicans and the Hondurans, the ones who are legal, they're at work. They know what America offers, and they're going to go out and get it. Guys, I just got my kitchen redone, right? They got to bring the ass back to do this floor. I just got my kitchen redone. I'll give you a wild guess at how many times they brought up ICE raids and immigration. They don't give a fuck about that. They're like, I'm getting paid. Let me come do this job and then go do another job and another job and another job. Y'all idiots go worry about that because in their country where they're from, they will throw those motherfuckers out too. They will be like, they can't stay here. Y'all gotta go. Go watch those videos of Mexican citizens driving illegal immigrants out of their country. They agree with what's going on. They're not going to tell you that because you're dumb. They agree with what's going on because that's what they do in their own country. Why aren't Hondurans all in Mexico and Mexicans all in Honduras and Nicaraguans all up in Chile and Argentinians all up in Brazil? Because they enforce their borders. That's it. They enforce their borders. Do you think they're like, the United States shouldn't do that? Hell no. They like, shit, United States, finally. They not like cheering for the United States, but they're not against the United States because they understand that that's a part of geopolitics. That's a part of like sovereignty. Let's keep going, LaMonica.
Newark Mayor Ross Baraka was arrested during that clash at Delaney Hall, and prosecutors dismissed the trespassing charges against him on Monday.
Okay, so Ross Baraka, now listen. Ross Baraka is the Newark mayor. He was the person who was arrested, who LaMonica McIvers claimed she was trying to defend, right? Bro got arrested. The charges were dismissed. He's out. He's free to be mayor. She's facing a felony. That's how stupid she is. And then they're going to try to make you feel like, oh man, this is wrong. This ain't wrong. These people want to be above the law. And they want to make other people above the law so that those people will vote for them. That's all this is about. If you think it's anything different, you are a fool. Now let's look at what she's facing currently.
All with the details. Romney.
Good morning to you, Darlene. You know, those charges were announced at the same time that the acting U.S. Attorney General for New Jersey announced that the mayor's charge of trespassing would be dropped. So on one hand, you have Mayor Ross Baraka's charge being dropped, and then the Congresswoman LaMonica McIver's charge being added to it, saying that she was assaulting an ICE detention officer. The mayor was actually on CNN and talked about how he feels about the duality of it, and he said he felt vindicated that his charge was dropped, but at the same time, he strongly believes that the Congresswoman's charge will be as well. Take a listen.
Well, I think the Congress people went there to do their job, to have oversight. I think, ultimately this is not about even what happened there. It's about a fight in this country, about due process in the Constitution of the United States. I think there's some people who believe they could do what they want to do and violate people's rights and their due process, and there are people who are trying to provide oversight, and it's causing conflict.
So, yeah, the due process crap, it's bullshit. It ain't about due process. These people get a court date, they don't show up, they continue to operate within the country, evading the law, and now the local PD does not enforce. They might get arrested or whatever. They get released like they're regular citizens, right? When they're actually supposed to be reported to ICE and deported. These cities have made it clear we are not going to cooperate with ICE. We're not going to report illegals to ICE when we arrest them. We're going to let them back into society, right? What are you talking about due process? If the judge tell you, hey, bro, you got to be back to court. When you get a ticket on the highway, right? And they tell you if you signing here is you agreeing to show up to court, right? If you don't show up to court and you keep not showing up, what eventually going to happen? Right? Guess what? You're literally going to get a warrant put out for your arrest. And the next time law enforcement engage with you, you're going to be arrested and taken to jail. Why is that okay for the black man and woman, but it's not okay for the illegal criminal alien? Why do they get to be above the law, but you can't be above the law? That's all I'm saying. Color aside, because I don't want no Jamaican, Haitian, even them, lock their ass up. Even more so, because they done came far to break the law. But what I'm telling you is, why is it okay for even Hispanic, Mexican, Shane, right? Whoever's in the comments, you're Hispanic, but you're a legal citizen. If you do something wrong, or a warrant gets issued for your arrest and you got to go sit in jail. But an illegal immigrant who been here for like 2 months, he do something wrong and he gets let go. Look at those little gang members from South America who was beating up those police officers in New York City. If I go outside right now, punch a cop dead in the face, how long you think I'm getting? If I go outside right now and beat up a cop, how long do you think I'm getting in jail? In New York City, how long do you think I'm getting in jail? But they beat the dog shit out of 2 cops. It was like 10 of them. I don't know if y'all seen the video. If y'all want to see the video, give me a 1 in the comments. Bro, they didn't even do a week in jail. They was literally out like 2 days later. One of them shot a cop. I believe in Chicago, shot a cop. Where bro at now? One of them shot a cop. Why do they? That's my only question to everyone who's talking shit, who doesn't agree with me, and Brandon, you're da-da-da. Why do they get to be above the law? That's my question. Why do they get to be above the law? That's my only question. They'll never answer that. They will never answer that question because they don't even know why they're fighting to give these people special privileges in our country. They don't even know why. They don't even know why. But you got these black women whose sons, uncles, brothers, fathers then gave the prison systems of America thousands of years of their life. Thousands of years of their life. But they out here fighting for so another group of people can come in and be exempt. They can be immune from the law. Right? They're immune from the law. That's how you know that you're truly ignorant. That's how you know you're truly ignorant. When you're fighting for someone to get more privilege than you in your own freaking country. And they'll make up every excuse. They'll make up every excuse. But this is the one.
At least 7 people were arrested after the attack, but according to a criminal complaint, the suspects have since been released without bail.
Look, they all got released. I'm gonna show y'all this video. If it was black folks, that's black folks' favorite line, right? If it was us, that's what y'all said about January 6th, right? If it was us, right? What if this was you? What if this was you?
Meanwhile, in New York City, 2 NYPD officers were violently attacked near Times Square on Saturday. Authorities say the 2 officers were attempting to make an arrest while responding to a disorderly group outside a migrant shelter. That's when several suspects began punching and kicking the officers, which was all caught by the street camera. The officers were treated for minor injuries. At least 7 people were arrested after the attack, but according to a criminal complaint, the suspects have since been released for the attack, treated for minor injuries. At least 7 people were arrested after the attack.
Look at bro. Bro tried to soccer kick this cop. Look at bro. He tried to soccer kick this police officer in the face. Let that have been a black dude. Attempted murder, aggravated assault, conspiracy to do bodily harm to a law enforcement officer. Bro, they would have hit you with a RICO. They did all this on camera. And the judge in New York said, y'all get to walk free. They all got released the next day, like 2 days later. Do you realize how unsafe that is? If they're willing to do that to a police officer, what do you think they're willing to do to you? If they're willing to do that to a police officer, what do you think they're willing to do to you? The difference is you have to be here. They're from another country. We're fleeing persecution because the gangs want to kill us. No, fool, you are the gangs. Y'all are the gangs. Bro, when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I said, what? But they walked away scot-free.
According to a criminal complaint, the suspects have since been released without bail. New York Governor Kathy Hochul reacting to the attacks.
I'm not satisfied with that at all. I'm looking to judges and prosecutors to do the right thing.
Look at this.
Now the suspects.
Now,
will be prosecuted by the Manhattan District Attorney. A statement from their office condemned any violence against police officers, adding that it's paramount every person responsible for this.
Now, this is the guy who's going after Trump, saying nobody's above the law. So the president of the United States gets dragged into court over some claims that was made by some Looney Tunes lady, by this idiot. But when these dudes attack 2 law enforcement officers, he says violence against police officers is never acceptable. It is paramount that we conclusively identify each defendant and specify each participant's role in the incident. Bro, you had everybody involved on camera and in custody. But you, Alvin Bragg, chose to let them go. You see how they play this game? They pretend like they care about enforcing the law, but in reality, they're lawless. The little Mamdani guy, he wants to further defund those New York police. What do you think is going to happen then? What are you going to do when that's your mom or your uncle or your dad or your grandpa? You know what black folks going to do? They're going to be complaining. They're going to be complaining. They're going to be complaining. Oh, what's going on? They're going to be just like those people in Chicago who was sitting up there praising Brandon Johnson. And then when they started losing ground to the illegal immigrants, they were all of a sudden complaining. But it was too little too late. But these are the type of people that TAM cheers for. I fuck with the Mexican. I fuck with it. I did. Dude. She doesn't, only person she don't F with is a black man who could give it to her as good as he gets it. Who can sit up there and beat her in an argument like I did repeatedly when I sat in there and exposed her ignorance. That's why she doesn't like me, because she's like, I can't just say bullshit and bro go along with it. He's pointed out this dude is knowledgeable. Yeah, because when I'm in the room, all that Maybelline fall right off. It's melt right off. Oh, this and that. No, that's why I said I'd rather have Jaleese, because Jaleese only speak on what she know. She don't be over there trying to act like she knows shit she don't, and then getting mad when people call her out on it. I'm keeping it real with y'all, bro. I'm keeping it real with y'all. This is all facts. I don't make up lies on the internet. But this is just a reflection of black women nationally. That's it. That's it. This is just a reflection of black women nationally, defending criminals and bums and degenerates while attacking law-abiding black men. That's it. That's it. It's not no super deep or super intricate thing. And you saw this sentiment develop over the years. Just go watch the movie Baby Boy. Of course they're going to defend Pookie and Ray Ray. That's who they want to have children by. Men who are emotionally unstable, who don't have the ability to defend themselves in an intelligent way. So the female in a legal system that in many ways is weaponized against black men, they win every time. All I gotta do is say he hit me and it's over, even if he didn't touch me. That's the type of female I think Tam is. She one of them call the police and then manipulate the police into arresting you when you ain't even did nothing to her. She strikes me as that. Put a 1 in the comments if she strike you as that. You think Tam the type who will call the cops and lie? He hit me. He did this to me. He did that to me. I do. Adam. Oh, you mess with a black man? Would you do dominatrix? Yeah. Let me have asked that question. She'll be trying to scream sexual harassment. She's one of those. She is one of those, guys. She's one of those. I promise you. she's one of those. If an upstanding black male do it, it's a problem. But if the white man or anybody else do it, it's cool. You know she would. Tam will not fight a man. She will get her ass beat. She will go tell her dad. That's what she did to me. I ain't tell my daddy on you. Not realizing I don't give a fuck. But yeah. Bad wench. You notice she ain't refuted the bad wench claims. We have a definition in the black community for that. We have a definition for what a bad wench is in our community. She's so tapped in. Go talk to me about Marcus Garvey. Girl, you would have been snitching on Garvey. Let J Edgar offer you a butter biscuit. Garvey would have been cooked. She does not want to submit to a black man because she does not respect black men. That's what it's about. But she will sympathize and empathize with black thugs because she knows that they're no threat to her. She feels intellectually superior to them. That's all that's about. But black people will jump out, and Tam included. Candace Owens, she's the bad one. She's this and that. No. You're projecting. And I wasn't quite sure if she was a bad wench until she came with that bullshit saying, yeah, I marry and date a white man. Because the black man, it's always the black man's fault. It's not like I'm disrespectful. I be running my fucking mouth too much. None of that. I think this chick was actually married before. But it's always about the black man doing this, the black man doing that, yada, yada, yada. This is just the way it goes. It's always something, but it's always the black man's fault. I'm telling you, straight up. Oh, you need to get in the debate. For what? She's losing every time. That's not even a person worth debating. As many dates and shit she done got wrong. Come on, bro. I'll just make it a history lesson. Hey, man, what about this? What about that? Hold on real quick. Hold on. I'm trying to find this clip. Dang. Damn. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find a point in the video. Dang. Where's Donnie at when I need him, man? Time steps, Donnie. Hold on. I'm at the wrong spot. Why the fuck am I? I'm trying to look at this. I'm trying to get this clip. I'm trying to show the spot. I should have got this earlier, but I was being lazy. But yeah, it's just rules for thee, not for me, man. It's always the brother's fault. Dang, maybe I don't even have it in here. Oh, yeah, I do. It was actually a different show, I think. I'm tripping. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Is this it? Okay, I see it. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I don't have clips ready. I don't have the clips ready already. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Damn. People be sending me so much shit. Anyway, so just understand a lot of bad wenching is going on. And I'm calling it out. But there's no one in the room. They'll call me out. Are you doing this, that, and the third? But nobody's going to call this out. And it's a bunch of black men. It's a bunch of black men in the room, which is crazy to me. Hold on. Eh, hold on. Damn, I can't find it. If any of y'all know the No Jumper 385 episode where the timestamp is for her saying she would definitely date a white dude, just let me know. I might have somebody. Hold on. Hold on. But this right here, this was the death knell in the coffin for me. This is when I was like, oh, we're dealing with one of those. Cause I didn't think she would say that shit on live. Like, you know, they the feminists are usually pretty smart. They usually keep, you know, their true feelings close to their chest. They don't tell on themselves. But uh she just let it fly. I said, oh, so she's just like a feminist, but she not that. She ain't like battle trained. She don't know how to be like a Oprah or like a Gayle King type. They not gonna ever really bash men, black men directly, like a Tyler Perry type, but um, they're definitely gonna like insinuate or like hint at it, you know, vaguely, you know, little subliminal attacks. Tam is not. She's not there. She's not there yet. She's still like, I'm very much gonna say this. And then the chick calls her dad on me, right? Oh, my dad. Yeah, a lot of y'all can't. Bro, you don't even respect your dad. Kids go and get people who are remind them of their parents. Your mom, dudes marry women who are a lot like their mothers. Women marry dudes who are a lot like their fathers. I wonder, did her father hear her say that bullshit? And then she posted on Instagram where she's talking to her dad about me. And I'm like, oh, he's a black dude. He got a wife and blah, 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 and all this shit, right? And I'm like, yeah, but at least I got a wife. At least my relationship ain't fell apart. Why is that something to criticize? Girl, you out here looking for somebody. I'm just saying, man. I might talk about black women, right? But I ain't gonna choose nobody over them. I might talk shit about them, but I ain't gonna talk. I ain't gonna talk shit about them. Oh, I don't know what this is, but yeah. Somebody sent me a video where it says Tam destroys Brandon in epic takedown. That bitch got not. I'm not calling her a bitch. I'm saying the video got like one like. Cool, man. Oh yeah, for sure. Flattered by the flowers. Oh, my boy sent me a screen recording. Donnie, you not on your job. Hold on. I'll just let y'all hear it. Y'all can hear the audio.
Berkeley. Well, yeah, like North Oakland and South Berkeley border each other.
You could be with a white man?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm considering this year in 2025.
Why you consider? Wow, you think that might be the only way that things are gonna work out? But you're done with the brothers?
I'm not gonna say that,
Oh,
especially not
Lord.
sitting next to you. I just feel like there's not, in my experience, black men that like make how much I make and stuff. They want to get treated like Jesus, and I can't really, or they want like an involuntary sister wife situation.
Meaning,
Like-
fuck other girls as well?
Yeah, or they don't want to get married. They feel like they don't got to because they have all the options. Like they,
Hey, Tim,
you know?
you need an intervention, bro.
You need an intervention.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, cause
I'm
you,
just open to dating.
you got to take your list. You got to shorten your list a little bit.
I don't
man.
have a long list.
What?
I got like 4 things on my list.
The having a kid thing is out.
I feel like that's all.
It ain't like every man looking for a stepmom.
Yeah, you're not 21 anymore. I'm gonna be real. That's kind of, it's like at a certain point, it's kind of normal to have a kid. Like if I was trying to find a girl right now, and I'm like, talking to girls, and a lot of them gonna say North Oakland, but it's Berkeley.
Well, yeah, like North Oakland and South Berkeley border each other.
You could be with a white man.
Yeah, I guess that's.
Okay, so let me know. Give me a one if y'all heard that good, right? But you could be with a white man. What are your reasons for basically abandoning your group and going after men from another group? She listed her stupid ass reasons. Even Adam gave this chick a reality check. You ain't 21 no more. What? You're not 21 no more. And I don't care if you were 21. What? Basically, Adam was telling her, like, bro, you really think white dudes want you? You think white dudes is way different? You see what line of work bro in? What are you talking about? I'm telling y'all, I worked in Orange County. I used to work at this loan modification place. All white dudes. When I tell you white dudes go harder on their women than black dudes do, you better believe me. Oh, that bitch, and she better give me her check when she get off. I'm talking about they don't even play no games. Why do you think white people stay single till they like 40 years old? They're not settling down until they're damn near used up. And when they settle down, she better be kissing that ass. Only the castrated white males, like the ones you see on TikTok and stuff, those are the ones women getting over on them. And even their women get on TikTok and Facebook and all that, crying, I should have never left my husband. Like, is she paying attention to like the past 20 years? Yeah, I'm gonna have to start going over there. Bro, if like no black man anywhere is qualified to date you, basically. If they make what I make, they want to be treated like Jesus. And then I think she said she makes $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year in California is like a fart. What it is a man who make $100,000 a year don't got to pull up with your bullshit. That's what's going on. He don't got to let you disrespect him or talk down to him or let you make him feel like he's dumb all the time. And you don't like that. You don't like that. And guys, let me tell you this, ladies too. If this woman treated me the way she did after I gave her five, no other host on No Jumper gave her shit at all but lip service. The type of man I am, I'm a man of action, right? I'm gonna show you, like, yeah, I fuck with you, or I like you, or I'm cool with you. I respect you, right? That's me. I'm a man of action. Nobody did shit for her. But the one black man who did it, she bashing me. Why? Because my existence destroys her entire narrative. My existence and the things I do destroy her whole narrative. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with dating outside of your group. I never said that. But I'm also not the one on No Jumper calling other black people coons the way she was calling me a coon. I didn't call TAM. I've never called anybody on No Jumper a coon, not even Almighty Suspect. I don't never really like challenge somebody's blackness based on their opinion, right? I don't follow Umar's narrative. I don't call nobody no coon because I want black people to have diversity of thought. Just because you think a certain way, that doesn't make you a coon. You just don't think the way I think. She called me a coon. Remember when she gave me the Marcus Garvey pen? Here, take this for when you start cooning. Out of that mouth right there, I don't want to hear nothing but blackity black blackness. Because you came out like you super nigga. But now we see the truth. And ain't it always like that? Ain't it always like that? Ain't it just like the Jody Smith chick You know that black lady, Jodie Smith, the one who played in that movie Queen and Slim? You know her? Queen and Slim. The one who was the super chocolate. And she was rolling around with her hair all up and woo, woo, woo. You know, she was all, y'all remember that movie. Come on now. Y'all remember that movie? Y'all remember the movie Queen and Slim. It was a great movie. Go check it out. I've never called nobody a no jumper a coon. No jumper is not even a space where you would start talking about somebody a coon. Remember this chick right here? Yeah. She's getting divorced from her white husband. See, some people just cosplay pro-black. I'm being real with you. But I've never heard her call nobody a coon either. So I can't hold it against her. But just because somebody talking a certain way and look a certain way, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Because I've been to Africa, and there are Africans who are less pro-black than me. Yeah, they getting divorced. But this is what they do. Oh, the black man, the black man, the black. The reality is you're a B-level actress. You probably don't get a lot of work, and you need a white guy who's established. So when you can't get no work, you got somewhere to sleep. That's what it be like, though. That's all I'm saying. Tam, kill the act, man. That's BS. Come at me with that crap. Don't come at me with that crap. Okay? But this is how they do. This is how they do. But this Friday show, oh, that was the Thursday. Yeah, man. This chick is a straight up DEI hire, man. I'm telling y'all that straight up. This is a DEI hire. And 99% of DEI hires, they gotta defend the fact that they're a DEI hire by attacking the black man. Or attacking men, period. Right? Cause yeah, I got a no jumper. I wasn't the most popular person. Still ain't. But I carried my weight and I earned my keep. I had a lot of viral moments. I know I ain't never sat on a Thursday show and only did 28,000 views in a day. I know that. I know I ain't never sat on a show. This is what, yeah, this is so much better. This is a cast classic cast. This is a classic cast. Yeah, this is, bro. Sometimes I wonder if No Jumper's audience is purposely like trolling them. I know I ain't never sat on a show with Adam and the bitch only went to 63K views on a Tuesday. I ain't beefing with nobody. I'm speaking truth. I don't got beef with nobody. I just speak truth. That's it. And if you could point a hole in my argument, let me give y'all the link so y'all can call in if y'all want to. You get up here on some bull crap, you getting taken down immediately. White girls aren't more gullible. My white girls just see shit through to the end. And they jump ship when they're in a position to move past you. They ain't gullible. They know exactly what they're doing. All I'm seeing, for whatever y'all talking about, all I'm seeing is record lows. That's all I see. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I'm not saying I'm the savior of No Jumper, but I'm saying, damn, I think I could do better than that because it's not interesting anymore. No, everyone's agreeing. Even my boy Creep was like, yeah, like just niggas just sitting up agreeing on everything. That shit ain't cool. Lush said the same shit. Lush said the same shit. They're like, yeah, we need like a opposing viewpoint. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Let me but everybody unanimously hating. Oh, Brandon called in. Don't answer it. Don't answer it. They mad. I would never say don't answer the phone when somebody call. Hey, answer it. Especially if I ain't adding nothing to the equation. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Seeing more content with Woody. He's great as far as all that goes. He's funny as fuck on camera. He's he's an entertainer. As far like who was it? I think it was Munchie when he like ranked the level of like snitches on the YSL
That's
indictment.
hilarious.
And the gold medalist was Woody.
Yeah. He was the star of the show for sure.
Yeah,
because I just saw him when he was up here later that day, that same day I was here. Him Whack pulled up and they met and they see.
Because I'm fighting that right now, and I think I
for race. That was pretty much treated in this scenario. Let me ask you to try to, you feel me?
got dropped. They all got dropped and they all got DA rejects. So they're like, this man keep holding guns and he keep getting off scot-free. Like, we finally got him, so we finna reel him.
Okay. Well, it seems like there is some hope here. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's not completely as dismal as people, because when we saw that
Happened today. The case is over.
of what on that. Yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, like kind of.
Too. So this puts the only thing I'll tell people, man, just stay out the streets.
You're welcome over here anytime. We appreciate you, bro. You feel me? You're part of this
Yes,
shit.
way.
Yeah. That's right.
I'll see y'all next week, man.
All right, easy call. All right, go. Easy call, sleazy draws. What do y'all think about that?
I hope it works out for him, man. Kids, stay out the streets, bro. Don't let them, because you give them any excuse to play you.
These all new people. This boy knew Moose. This dude, I don't know who he is, but he knew Creep. He's a regular, right? But right now, we're trying to carry this show with Tam and Lush, right? Lush asks a question. He wants an answer, because I'm sure at this point, he tired of running his damn mouth, right? That's what I think. He like, dude, I'm getting kind of tired of carrying the show. That's a lot of work for 2 hours, right? Watch Tam's response when he throws the question, yeah, and then just sit there reading the comments.
You're welcome over here anytime. We appreciate you, bro. You feel me? You're part of this shit.
Yes, way.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll see y'all next week, man.
All right, easy call. All right, go. Easy call, sleazy draws. What do you?
Now watch. All Tam does is ad libs. Yep, yeah. She's too busy reading the comments. She's not even able to think of a thought about that. The comments is all she care about. That's why she go after every show and go respond to every favorable comment. Thank you. And one unfavorable, some little slick remark. Watch this.
Y'all think about that?
I hope it works out for him, man. Kids, stay out the streets, bro. Don't let them, because you give them any excuse to play you and fuck you, they're going to fuck you for sure, bro. So you guys just, that's the only thing I'll tell people, man. Just stay out the streets, bro. It's way more fly to not have to deal with that bullshit than to have to, have your fate decided by the state and shit like that.
Also, I feel like when people go to jail, I think a lot of focus goes on obviously the person like Sus and what he's going to go through, but it's going to be people left, his girl, his kids, his family, and all that shit still got to move without him. So I feel like if you really fuck with Suspect, you need to be like sending a birthday gift to the kids or doing
100%.
something to help out.
And that's that, because there is a collateral.
And this is the bad winch, right? Sus is a criminal. Self-admitted, I had hoes, prostitute, trafficker. That's what that means. If you like, I got hoes and they was going for me, you're a trafficker. That's what you're doing. So let's support the trafficker's family, send the kids Christmas gifts and all this stuff, right? This a feminist though. This I'm a coon. I'm a coon because I have an opinion that she doesn't agree with. I'm not hurting nobody. But when it's the trafficker, take care of his family. Make sure the kid's okay. Bro said he has custody of both his kids. So in my mind, that says him and the kid's mama ain't together. Why don't we go deeper into that conversation? But that is the trademark characteristic of a bad wench. They don't mind. They will defend criminality at all costs. If a black man is a criminal, that's okay, because she feels she is intellectually superior to suspect. And she is right. But when a black man come in there who not gonna crash out, do things that remove him from with his family, the warning signs go off. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. That's a threat. That's a threat to every feminist. Now let me let her entertain y'all a little bit more.
Collateral damage.
Yeah, like, and he's a real dad. He was just up here with his kids, so you're gonna miss out on that
Twice.
too. Yeah, you're gonna miss out on that too. Like your dad picking you up, taking you to the movies, taking you out, taking you, wherever, get ice cream, Target, whatever little shit he be doing with his kids. Like somebody gotta.
Now she just bashed me because my dad was in jail. She said, "Oh yeah, that's why you never could get that perspective. Oh, see, that's why you act the way you act, and all this stuff." But she's talking about, "Oh, he's a real dad." How do you know that? How does she know all that? Because somebody brought their baby up there 2 times in a row. He's a real dad. He's a bum. He's a bum. That's it. I don't even think she believes the shit she's saying. Yeah, and he's a real dad. And is this what y'all signing up to watch?
He just made his great return back to no jumper too. So this puts like a stall in that too, type shit.
The funniest thing ever though is when he was like his first lawyer on the case was Rosenberg.
Oh, drunk.
And he said he said like, "I'm gonna get this." Brandon's calling. I'm not. Vote.
No.
Nah, it's
Yes
bad.
or no? Yeah.
He got to show up to his show if you want to talk.
No.
He got to show.
No.
He got to show up to his own show.
Exactly. Hell no.
All right.
And
I vote yes.
Brandon,
he got to show up to his own show. Moose giving respect. I accept it. Now, but here goes the bad wench. And Brandon, she got to get an extra. She got to get an extra. That's why she getting cooked right now.
Annoying because it's like you just be calling to dance on people's graves and shit to point fingers. Are you mad you wasn't a successful street nigga? You wasn't successful at nothing else either, look like. So stop doing that.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
Are you mad because you weren't a successful street nigga, bro? To her, that is success. Are you mad because you're not a successful street nigga? See, this is the chick who goes, she was married to some dude. I think he was like a square. I think she was married. That allegedly. Somebody said that to me. Bro wasn't a street nigga. Clearly she don't like the square black dudes. So she like, I'm gonna get a square white dude so I can keep on getting hit by the street dudes. That's what is given to me. I could be wrong. But what's so great about street dudes? See what I'm saying? She's sophisticated. She's classy. Bad wench.
I ain't saying Pookie and Ray Ray and shit like he not black. What do you think white people see when they see you, Pookie?
I fuck with Brandon though.
Come on, be for real. Stop that shit.
Everything she just said, I believe that shit is correct, but I do fuck with
He had some very harsh words for Tam
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the other day. Like
Yeah,
kind of, I don't know, because Tam's never really, she's debated him and things like that, but she's never like come super sideways and been like, "Oh, you But he kind of, I don't know, Tam. How did you feel about what Brandon said?
I just feel like it's lame. He act like a middle school boy. Like, and you haven't picked on no nigga up here that's your size or in your weight class. And now it was a girl and you quit. I didn't do nothing to you. You quit on your own. And now it's a girl and you want to try to bully me at every chance you get. So many little bot pages send me clips and shit of him talking about me and his like.
Now I'm a bully. Isn't that the feminist talking point? Now I'm bullying her. When she was up there talking shit on me the day after we were on together with Adam and Lush and everybody else. But now it's bullying. See? I could just let this chick talk and she proves every point I'm making.
Dingy apartment. Nobody cares about that shit.
He's calling again,
Like you have nothing going on.
To be fair, Lush is the one that was pitting Brandon and Tam against each other pretty heavily since the insertion of Tam into no jumper for show. So I think it got under his skin at one point.
Well, I'll say this: like that was done from like an ideological perspective, like because it made sense. Him being super conservative, pushing this line for Black empowerment under the guise of conservatism and left, like super strict partisan rhetoric or whatever. And she was kind of like an opposing view on that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, I want Tam and to catch Brandon. I was like, this is like an intellectual that's
kind of started the fire a little bit. So, a girl coming up
the other day.
Him because he knows.
black-owned
Or even
I've accused Brandon of being since our initial arguments is he's a separatist.
Yeah.
He wants races to be separated. I believe in races being together.
is that like
Nah.
Garveyism? Does he follow like Garveyism?
No, he
Because
doesn't.
that's like
He's not
the
self-reliant.
That's a
black
really
foundational
That's
type.
a
You know what
super
I'm saying?
generous way to characterize.
Yeah, that would
his
be like
ideology.
the generous way to
No,
say
because he's
it.
not self-reliant. Marcus Garvey would preach that you need to be everything on your own, and if he had any of those tenets, he wouldn't want to be on this show.
Yeah,
so
if he
bad.
was really into Garveyism, then he wouldn't be talking down on like the affluent black communities in Los
And
Angeles.
he wouldn't
which
always
can
be
freaking-
he
you
wouldn't
know what I'm
always be
saying?
bragging about that he lives in a white neighborhood now. Because
That's
why
what
aren't
I'm
you
saying,
creating
it's
a
true.
nice black neighborhood?
Because like that's one of like the points that he's made several times is like I tried to fucking
All she is an ad lib. He said, "Is she?" Listen, this boy asked, "Is he a Garveyite?" It's a black queen. We was queens and shit. Queens and shit. She's in the room, but the white man is giving you a lesson on Marcus Garvey, but she's supposed to be the person who's pro-black giving people Marcus Garvey pins. She's nothing but a cheerleader. Yeah, Lush, tell him. Lush can't talk about Marcus Garvey with me sitting in that room. Shut your fucking ass up. You know nothing about Garvey. She knows nothing about Garvey. Oh, Garvey, he be building a black neighborhood. Why don't the Pookies that she worships, why don't they build a black neighborhood? Because if I built a black neighborhood, they would be destroying it. And she would be cheering them on. I'm being real. This is the most ignorant, goofy history lesson ever.
support the black community in LA, but I can't. There's no decent.
Everybody.
I'll be honest. I will say now that it's like the three of us and we're like super. This is just like because saying no.
Happy about it. That guy sounds like he's in a cell. Speaks the truth.
Yeah, like a 5-minute brand.
So when I called in, I'm the only one who speaks the truth about the situation with Suspect and all these other goofballs, minus my boy Creep. But they just don't want to say what needs to be said. It's a glazed session. Hey, insert gang member. Let's all gargle his balls when he's sounding absolutely dumb, ignorant, and nobody has the balls to say, hey, bro, you on the phone talking crazy like you excited to be going to jail. You know, you leaving your kids behind. It's all about the kids, but it should be all about the kids before you do the dumb shit. I'm a play it.
Limit, then I think it's cool.
I was
but
thinking 3.
Okay, that's cool too. But like I appreciate like what Creep said, where it's like
Chat repeatedly posting the same thing. Stop.
people, and you can't have somebody that's pretty much a cancer to the platform. Every single person that comes on, he's tearing down. You can't be like that if you're trying to build something and
I'm a cancer to the platform. They're cancers to the platform. No one wants to watch. That's a cancer. If no one wants to watch because you're boring, that's a cancer. How this dude gonna sit here and talk about I'm a cancer when I could be up there just snoring probably and get more views than they're gonna get? Come on, bro.
wave and camaraderie.
Decided to call back. Huh?
Well, despite the chats urging us to,
You got one person in the chat repeatedly posting the same thing. Stop, Lush. Those tricks don't work anymore. Hey man, let's just be real. I'm the only true antagonist at No Jumper.
Then show
I'm the
up.
only one who consistently speaks the truth. Suspect is a bum. He needs to really get about 30 years in prison because he seems absolutely elated that he's going for 6. He's like excited about it. Give that man what he wants and let him go get his horrific.
Why are you happy about like a black family being torn apart?
He's happy about it. He's happy about it. That guy sounds like he's in a celebratory state about going to jail. And yeah, I'm not this and that. He's not learning the main lesson.
So
wait, let me say
I
this.
feel like whatever situation it was old.
Yeah, but beyond sus, I want to talk about this TAM shit because you came to TAM.
He ducking and dodging. He pivoting already.
TAM is just a bed winch, bro. Like, if you ever been in pro-black space, you've dealt with a lot of people like TAM. They celebrate Pookie and Ray Ray and thugs and degenerates. Any black man who they feel like black men who aren't degenerate are a threat to them.
You for sure fucked more white girls and bunny hops significantly more than Tam's even considered fucking with a white dude. I put money on that.
I had one
You
white
said you had a bunny hopping past in high school.
He had one white girlfriend. I've never had no white romantic partner.
Yeah, But here's the most important thing. I have a black wife and a black family. But the thing I'm telling you is you deal with people like that in the pro-black space. So it's just par for the course. I met Tam. I was totally nice to her, gave her flowers. People were like, oh, she's a black queen. Soon as she got in mixed company, soon as I wasn't there, she started bashing me with everybody else, which is totally fine. But just don't pretend like you were ever real or genuine. I came trying to be nice about it. But as soon as she was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting a little traction, which I'm happy for her. I don't think she has really a point to make, but I'm happy for her just being like the hype man on No Jumper. It's cool with me. I don't care. As far as Moose Man, I told you, they pay me, I'll be there to debate you.
Hey, you get paid what you're worth, bro.
I don't fear you.
It's a free market. It's a free market. You get paid what you're worth.
I've watched your videos. You're not really that smart.
And neither are you, so we perfect for each other. Neither are you, so we perfect.
Intelligent.
What did you say about being Mexican?
What I'm telling you is you're not that smart you're not as smart as you think.
And neither are you, so we perfect for each other, Brandon. We the perfect match. Just show up to your job. Just show up to your job.
Listen, you want to debate me. There was never a moment where I was like, oh, he's smart, so I want to debate him.
Yeah, but then why did you get cooked in the host competition? Why did you get cooked?
Slaughtered.
I don't know.
Trump got us out of Afghanistan, right? False.
I don't know.
You was lying in that thing. Just like you pivoted in the Destiny debate the whole time.
Lush, I think that when you lost your debate against me,
This again is revisionist history.
You have a chip on your shoulder about that, so you want to find the next person who's going to beat me.
Let me tell y'all something. This is true facts. Before I called in, that stream was sitting at 1.5K views, and it was stuck there. I called in, got him up to 2.5K, and then it stayed there, I think, for the majority of the time. God, they're not interesting. Creep, he's not really the guy who's talking, but Creep gives good insight. But if no one ever says, hey, Creep, what do you think about that? That's what I'm saying. You got to know how to bring people into the conversation. And I just don't think that's really a
But the reality is, being away from...
I mean, you got camera.
Whack name is on no paperwork, nowhere. Cause
each other's kind of this. Only so much. It's gonna be. I ain't got like a team to that extent.
Paralegals.
I don't have paralegals.
The baby Unos aren't running that strong yet.
Like with a fine tooth comb analyzing that. It's really look. I'm over here on some hip hop shit. Being from LA. The gang shit obviously is like a part of our culture, so I know a little bit about it, enough to speak on it when it comes up. That was never my primary objective. And when it comes to these serious federal indictments and prison cases, it's something that I've kind of had to learn in real time in order to keep up with just, the nature of my job and the conversations that we be having. So a lot of the shit is a little bit like there's only so much that I could ascertain using admittedly probably greater than average intelligence, but still not having the firsthand experience. Just like, talking to Wack the other day, I've never fought federal cases and been in the interesting because it like to a degree, it's giving a glimpse and this lies and we have entire organizations like Woody being a rat.
Yeah.
I listened to that to try to see if Tam brought something insightful. This is her. Sound like somebody grandma up in there. That's what you came to offer. Child show is. That's all I get from that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing, but bro, that's all I'm getting from that. Show is.
Anything that would like encourage him to do it.
Look, you could give
but it's like, oh, okay.
Gotcha.
That's why you're
It can explain some of his views for sure.
Yeah,
that's why you hate the hood so bad.
I get it.
So your daddy.
I get it.
Now,
I hate the hood because my daddy.
Let's get into the topics, players.
Let's go.
So, Whack 100 response of Woody accusing him of being an informant. You feel me? So, man, let's see what the fuck this video got to say. I had a long time with each other.
Yeah. Tricked him out of his.
You know what? Like,
be on the politics shit. I'm a bit of a square, but just not. You feel me? TF on a pod with.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
it's just weird. Cool. So if you
that's the
a little bit, I could box a little bit.
Moose Man
yeah, Moose
up to
have bumps and bruises.
It's so fucking
Good
week
life.
or a month or so. You know what I'm saying? They might fuck around and marry one of these dudes.
Yeah, on this. If you
know what?
Let's see.
Foundation.
they got money.
Tam
And
was
Maybach
giving
May.
It's just
Damn.
like the thing is the nature of relationships for people of this like level of wealth and celebrity tends to be so transactional. Why not just go through an agency?
We're gonna wait for
Why
a
not
Tam
just
bar.
have Maybach May liaison your little
Way
relationship
more official.
because you know she might even know a little.
She's a professional. You know what I'm saying?
And especially because girls like this, like they want to be sure that they're fucking with a man that got money. And Maybach May is doing the research and finding out and taking them to a more, I don't want to say equitable market, because out here you got a lot of bad
But I think she like bringing them like she said to a market to where they gonna end up being kept for longer than just the
and have an
average
actual good
week
life.
or a month or so. You know what I'm saying? They might fuck around and marry one of these dudes.
Yeah, and I'm
You know
not
what
saying it's no bad bitches in the UK, but with the fame and all of that notoriety, like men
It's
low
the
key be
allure,
groupies.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like I would wife up Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
like
not the same as the NBA player who was gonna fuck you for a few months.
And like Tam said, there ain't no salary cap in soccer,
Ain't no
man.
salary
They getting
cap,
that
baby.
bread.
I mean,
that
like,
David Beckham.
Oh God.
Realistically, there's a lot of people, fucking basketball player or not, who would wipe.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
Off both
coming out of bounds.
Full, you know.
So we gotta assume.
Clearly, like the only thing.
Decide that. But
Okay, you don't got no money right now.
In his kid's life, picking them up, seeing them, calling them regularly, and he just can't make the child support, like because he's not financially able to. Man, a felony is far fetched, bro.
So is Sydney Starr the new father?
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
The only reason why I would give a little bit of pushback on the felony charge is because if the mom, for whatever reason, having a hard day, don't got no money, left the kids somewhere, or left them in the house unattended, Drea style, she would get a charge.
Yeah, but I think, well,
So this is you shirking your parental responsibility. Now, jail is harsh for anybody. I feel like that's crazy because that's not helping the kids you going to jail. But
What word is shirking? I think she means skirting. This is you skirting your responsibility. I never heard of shirking. But she's criticizing bro for going to jail, but was praising Almighty for
like, but look, but I'm saying like if the child is under the care of somebody else and the child is not being neglected, and you just cannot do your part due to financial status, like that does not warrant a fucking felony.
then I would argue that, okay, you don't got no money right now. That's cool. Shit happens. Life is hard.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you clocked in? You should be doing all the day-to-day
well that's
shit
why I
if you don't got
started
no
it
money.
with. That's why I started it with if he's actively in the child.
I'm like 50 later her in the. She's like, I
just want to move.
Fucking
No, I think
because
that's
we're
not-
so oppressed.
Yeah, that's
and
not-
that's kind of crazy to me. I'm not American conversation.
It is.
Like if you're being prejudiced to someone over their skin color, racism.
all right, you know what? Let's see what the chat has to say. We're gonna do a poll, even though it's such an antiquated topic. Like
It's like when you guys were
super-
talking about intelligence, and Brandon's like, bring up the definition of
The question
intelligence.
is,
It's like that's
was-
not the conversation that we're having. Like, it's how we apply it in real life.
Was what Hellcat said to Bo Jackman racist or prejudice? You know what I'm saying? Or you put prejudice or racist?
I think it was both.
I think at this point, like again, it
Oh man, why y'all always talking about race? I ain't even in the room. They accuse me. You always bringing up race. Why are they talking about race and I'm not there? See what I'm saying? It's just a lot of hating. There's a lot of hating ass shit.
it's really a semantic debate.
Lady, because she white. You know what I'm saying? And I'm black. You know what I'm saying?
can't, yeah.
I don't think she has no idea to what the hell we even talking about.
What I don't get is why, like, I'm like I've been getting a lot of messages recently, you know, be like from white people, like white fans, and be like, Lush, like, why do you hate us? Like, fuck with us, like, you know, like we got love for you, like it's okay to speak up for us, like.
Action that was getting rid.
Piles, hey, let's be honest, obesity is funny.
I don't think anybody should be
For
saying
you
sorry,
too,
but I just
everybody
don't
could
think
be
it's a good precedent to say like these people can't be racist or just and then
the other day on like on
or even that's good too. But like I appreciate like what
likely are
only
So
because
it's
at
like,
the end of
she's scared of a black king, and it's like you're a king because you make the same as me. You make 100K. You got a regular desk job. You're a king now. That's the problem I was talking about.
Well, look, like, who am I to ever speak down on black love? I'm all
So, and this is listen to what she said. I'm just kind of checking this out because I don't watch all. But listen to what she said. So she can be a black queen, but if a black man considers himself to be a king, that is a problem.
Saying anybody, I keep saying
Yeah.
anybody, because he knows people like Brandon are gonna go, oh, she wants to be a bad wench. Then he says some porn shit like, do you want to be on Plug Talk, Brandon? Is that why you're always making porn references?
But Brandon can't tear down like the black community and say everybody's like gang members that shoot each other, and then say, "Oh, Tam, why aren't you, exclusively dating the demographic that I trash pretty much exclusively?"
That makes sense.
That don't make no sense.
No, but he
you feel me?
says, oh, she's scared of a strong, black king, and it's like, you're a king because you make the same as me. You make 100K. You got a regular desk job. You're a king now. That's the problem I was talking about.
Well, look, like, who am I to ever?
I mean, how much do I have to make to be a black king? Do you see what I'm saying? That's the problem I was talking about. So I mean that proves it right there. Her issue is any black man who has confidence in himself. Any black man who believes in himself and is strong willed. Did she not just say that's the problem I was talking about? So for the females, believe in yourself. You could do anything, queen, and all this bullshit, right? But if the black man has any confidence, it's problematic for her. It's problematic for her. She just admitted, I'm not accusing Tam based on anything perceived. It's what she's literally saying out of her own mouth.
Speak down on black love. I'm all for it. You feel me? Like, I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm also, but what I'm not, and what I've accused Brandon of being since our initial arguments is he's a separatist.
Yeah.
He wants races to be separated. I believe in races being together.
Is that like
Nah.
Garveyism? Does he follow like doing it up? You feel? Jumper no more.
But
So if you don't work for no jumper no more, quit calling up here because you don't
Yes,
work for this
exactly.
company no more,
You're
right?
using it for promo for your own YouTube channel or
Yeah.
some shit.
I'm
like,
gonna respect the wishes of my co-host. You feel me? And then and my engineer.
because he quit. That's to Moo's point. He
I would
quit.
I honestly would like to hear.
But I appreciate the
Brandon.
same things that Creep said about Brandon.
I just want, like, the whole chat saying no.
Yeah, like, why?
It's like,
Yeah, because it's gonna get drawn out a little longer than it should be. Yeah, like a 5-minute Brandon limit, then I think it's cool.
I was
but
thinking 3.
okay, that's cool too.
It's just like becoming Bliss County. Decent,
On your own, and if she's scared of a strong,
actually her race.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Really keep up with the bullshit that.
like that. Is to me. I kind of.
I think it was genuine. It seemed genuine in the moment, and then I think once the narrative got started, or just Tam pushing back on his bullshit, I think just rubbed him the wrong way because he thought, oh, she's gonna nice, girl coming up here, and then Tam's a little more opinionated than you might think, and then it's like, oh damn, she low key cooking me. Hold on, I
Or
gotta
he
spend.
probably look at her just like a debate partner, gang, like somebody that he feel like could really keep up with the bullshit that he's.
But you don't call people out their name. If
I
they
think he
debate
keep.
partner.
I do think
Correct.
Brandon keep a great balance though when it comes to the pot, and just based off of everybody don't sound like they agreeing with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Although a lot of the shit that he say is outlandish.
and it be off
get what I'm
topic.
saying? But,
Like, how you gonna disagree with somebody and you're not even on the topic that they're talking about? You
Yeah.
can't bring up a whole new point.
Yes, I can, because the topics are trash. That's why y'all sitting in there acting like y'all in a damn DMV waiting room. If it's a garbage topic, let's talk about something else. That's potting. Like how, look, Brandon was not in the topic of no jumper that day. But how did they get on a whole 30-minute conversation about me? Because the topic was boring or stupid. So they start talking. They came together, based on their collective hatred for me. See what I'm saying? But Creep keeps keeping it real, though. Yeah, you need balance, man. You need somebody who, like, don't agree with everything. Right? Oh, even though the stuff he's saying is, like, outlandish, I believe that Creep is a better podcaster than all of them except for maybe Lush. Because Creep is like, yo, let me, like, Brandon, this, that. He does bring this. He's bringing perspective. If he wasn't there, it would just be 3 white dudes and 1 black chick in a room bashing Brandon. I don't mind getting bashed, but bro, balance it out. Make it a real conversation. Come on, bro. That was bad. And we can't call it out that it was bad If you can't call something out for being bad, why on earth, well, then it's never going to improve. It's never going to get better than what it is. And that's why you're not seeing a lot of growth on these shows. Because it's like, there's no one there like, man, this shit bullshit. Like, we need to talk about something else. I sent Adam a message to yesterday or today. One of them, I said, y'all need to talk about Charlie Sheen talking about he knowingly exposed people to HIV because he was afraid of getting blackmailed. He knowingly exposed people to HIV and didn't tell them. That, if you watch the Charlie Sheen documentary on Netflix, he said he knowingly exposed people to HIV without telling them because he was afraid of blackmail. That's a topic. Damn, yo, we got people out here, Hollywood celebrity. Why isn't this dude in jail? That's something I would listen to. Like, damn, that's crazy. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? He was never cool. Messing around with men, getting diagnosed with HIV, and then sleeping with people knowing he had HIV unprotected without telling them. He was married to a straight up baddie because Denise Richardson, that's the old girl off of Starship Troopers. She was fine. But damn, okay, talk about that. I'm telling you, if I was sitting there, that's what I would have brought up. Hey, y'all hear this shit about Charlie Sheen? Like, exposing people to HIV, like, that's crazy. Like, y'all better get tested, man. Y'all better be out here wrapping it up. Yeah, Denise Richards fine as hell. I used to have a huge crush on her when I was younger. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You gotta have people who can move the conversation in different directions. All I hear from Tam is, yep, that's right. Go ahead. I'm just being real. That's what, and then you guys are like, then these people are like, oh, she debate him and she's a debate that, bro, I haven't heard this girl say nothing in her time on No Jumper that remotely would stand up in a debate. I heard her speak a little bit on history. She was about 30, 40 years off on the death of Yasser Arafat and a few other things. You got to give me something. Moose, you got to give me something. Oh, Donald Trump got us out of Afghanistan. No. Donald Trump did get us out of Afghanistan. He did. He's the one who inked the deal to get us out of Afghanistan. That was the point he had brought up in the debate on the host show. He said Joe Biden got us out of Afghanistan. Donald Trump made the agreement with the Taliban to get us out of Afghanistan because the American people were totally against us still being in Afghanistan 20 years after 9/11, right? Biden was the one who had to execute the evacuation because Trump lost the election, right? Biden fumbled the election, the exit. He fumbled the evacuation because he took troops out before he took civilians out. And so the Taliban was like slaughtering people, and there was no one there to defend them. And everybody across the board agrees that Biden did a bad job at that. Why is this dude still trying to argue about something that has been factually proven? That's when you know you have no argument. Joe Biden was a terrible president. He was so bad that his own party forced him to step down. How you going to turn that into a good, successful presidency? I cannot imagine. He pardoned his own criminal dope fiend son who got his dead brother's wife addicted to dope. He allowed the DOJ to weaponize against Donald Trump, a political opponent. He was on vacation, most vacations in history, eating an ice cream cone, letting his aides make decisions on how this country would be run. He literally was approached by Mike Johnson, and Mike Johnson, who at that time was the minority leader, Mike Johnson asked him, Mr. President, why would you stop the export of natural gas from the United States to other countries when that's responsible for billions of dollars of revenue. Joe Biden said, I never stopped the export of natural gas, which is responsible for billions of dollars in revenue for the United States. He said, yes, you did, Mr. President. I have your signature right here. Biden didn't even know he stopped one of the biggest, most major exports from America. He didn't even know that he has stopped it because he didn't sign the paperwork. His aide signed it with an auto pen. So they never even ran it by Biden. They just did it without telling him. This is real. You think do you think Trump won in a landslide because Joe Biden was such a great president? But this is the point that Moose Man was trying to argue with me. And that told me this guy's not ready for a debate because he's clearly not well read on the issues. He's like, I haven't even watched his channel, I'm not gonna lie. But his channel's like kind of like a man on the street, I guess, going around acting crazy. Bro, you're not in that. Like, I was just debating Destiny, kicking his ass. Like, Moose Man would have been one of them people who got on stage with Destiny and was glazing him like the other people that was there. Yeah, you know Biden and his family. You know the Biden crime family. Excuse me. You know the Biden crime family has all types of shady dealings in Ukraine. They wanted the special prosecutor fired, or else they were going to have Obama withhold $1 billion in aid money from Ukraine. Hunter Biden was employed by a Ukrainian energy company with no experience in energy, period. He never had no experience in that field, but he was making like $1 million a year from some Ukrainian energy company. Bro, we know the Bidens are balls deep in Ukraine, scheming and scamming and getting money. They have like 20 accounts. They have like 20 offshore bank accounts. And they said, yeah, Burisma. And they said they will never be able to pinpoint how much money came through those Biden family accounts. Why were Biden's grandkids receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of deposits from foreign countries? And these are little kids. Understand that. Like, but all this stuff, listen, they were funneling money into Joe Biden's grandkids' bank accounts. This is proven facts. Hold on. I'm just trying to. So if you all you have to do is look up the information, and you'll find it's so uh it's just easily accessible. And this guy's like, he's a good president. That was his whole beef with me. I'm just like, what? And I'm just like, if you do like a little bit of research, you will be able to see this stuff. You'll see this stuff. But everybody was talking about, oh, we're doing fact checks, and we're doing independent fact checks. They were all lying. But it's all been exposed. It's all been exposed. I'll share this with you. Y'all probably not interested in this stuff too much, but uh I'll show this to you real quick. Right here. Congressional investigations have presented bank records and other evidence suggesting that Hunter Biden and James Biden, children and family members of President Joe Biden, received millions of dollars from foreign sources through various companies. These payments allegedly came from business dealings in countries including China, Romania, and Kazakhstan, sometimes occurring while Joe Biden was vice president. While House Republicans claim these payments were for access and influence, they have not provided direct evidence that President Biden himself received payments or was influenced by these key deals. So they were sending the money to like his son's wife and like members of his family. So the only thing that got Biden off was they did not have evidence that Joe Biden received money himself directly, right? But why would your grandkids know the prime minister of freaking Kazakhstan? Why would your son's wife know someone in China who's sending her millions of dollars? These people were fronts. Biden was sending it to them so he couldn't be directly connected back to those people, to those countries, and then they were sending it to him. That's why Hunter Biden, he's on record. He's on a recording saying, man, my dad was making me pay all his bills. Yeah, you were paying all your dad's bills because your dad was getting the money sent to you. And of course you have to pay his bills because he can't get it straight to his own bank account, right? That's the whole thing. So but just the fact that someone will argue this stupidity is crazy to me. Hey, do you guys give me a one in the comments if you guys want me to talk, if you guys want me to cover the Crowder, um, the Crowder barbershop situation where he's talking to some black dudes. I've never watched it, but I could just cover it. I could just cover it in real time here. And then I'll clip it up and post it tomorrow. And they don't got like a shorter version. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where's the louder with Crowder? Steven Crowder, I think his name is. Yeah. Let me see. All right, let's see if they gave us some timestamps. Let's see if they gave us some timestamps or something. No, they didn't give us no. All right, let's just start from the top. F it. Some people put multiple ones. Let me we're going to that right now. We're talking about the Stephen Crowder barbershop uh conversation. Hey, make sure y'all keeping those super chats coming in, and we're gonna read them all when we done. Testing. Hold on. I don't know why. Oh, can you guys hear me now? I didn't, nothing happened. Literally. I didn't touch anything. I don't know why there's no audio. I literally didn't touch anything. Now the audio's working. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I don't know what was going on with that. Test. Okay. All right, guys, forget that. Because the problem with these type of conversations, black folks and black men and white men kind of agree on a lot of stuff, right? So you're not gonna have like a lot of like disagreement in that sense. Let me make sure I got the right video. Okay, yeah. So this is where they talk about black fatigue. Testing. Oh, so you guys are saying you can't hear the video. Why don't y'all say that? Y'all, listen, telling me all before, oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear. We can't hear. That's not telling me anything. Then y'all start saying when y'all like, yeah, I can hear. I just look back at the screen, guys. Come on. You got to give me something to work with. Communication, fellas and ladies. Let me I think it lost connection to the audio. It's good. You guys didn't need to hear that other crap anyway. It sucked. Okay, here we are. Let's see. History. All right, you guys should be able to hear it now. I'm connecting it.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just become a recent thing.
And do you know what it means?
I'm not sure. I'm going to ask that.
It's a term times is likely to be killed by a black person any other way around. You guys know what?
And like free to say what you want. You're just not free from the consequences. Like the consequences that come
Can
with
y'all hear
you
now?
saying the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person.
Yeah.
And that's where we all have responsibilities in what we say and when we say it.
Yeah. The problem, though, too, and I was kind of talking more domestically. The problem with that idea is a lot of people are offended by different things. And so people get their ass whooped for something they didn't say, right? That's the real thing. I don't know if you guys were following the stabbing there on that train in Charlotte, Irina Zarutska. Last time I was asking where you guys thought we were, you know, as far as in the country relation. Like, have you guys heard of the term black fatigue? You guys know what that means?
Since the last time you came, that's become a thing. Yeah, I was about to say that's just become a recent thing.
And do you know what it means?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to ask that. It's a term that's being used by people in the white community, by and large, again, saying they feel like they've been victimized and they're tired of taking that shit. You know, that was a girl who was dying alone in public. And that was a guy who was let out 14 times, including violent crimes in the name of racial justice, right? He didn't have to post bail. He didn't have to appear back in court. This is not the first time he's assaulted someone.
How do we know that was in the interest of racial justice as opposed to just being
because the judge said it.
A fucked up attempt at justice, period.
Yeah.
Like the legal system has its flaws.
Yeah.
And people have been making complaints about that for decades, right? But that's just, to me, that's a mental health thing more than it's a black and white thing.
Well, I'll tell you why, because white people are saying it now.
Right.
Not just white people are saying, hey, we're in the city.
That's what makes it a bigger thing.
Well, because, you know, white people are 12 times as likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around. I'm just going to shoot you straight. It's not even close.
Where?
Across the country.
Where? Like, not in
the United States. I mean, we're not talking about Ghana.
And like,
yeah.
What I'm saying is, in white communities or in quote unquote so-called white communities
across the country.
See, and this is why, you know, I can't have this conversation with like black men, like in barbershops and stuff. That black dude knows exactly what Steven Crowder is talking about. He's pretending to be ignorant of the facts just to try to keep from acknowledging Steven Crowder's point. And that's where I walk out on you. That's not a fake stat. That's not a fake stat. But this is what we do. It's the quote I always give. If you argue for your limitations, the problem is that you get to keep them if you win the argument. You know these niggas out here are violent. You know how I know blacks kill whites more than whites kill blacks? Because I know black people who will kill like it's nothing. I have never met a white person that acts like a YN, bro. Show me the white YNs in America. I ain't talking about Central C and all them niggas, those dudes in the UK. Show me black dudes on the internet screaming that they have this many bodies. Yeah, if they can do this, I'm gonna do that. You might have one white dude for every 300,000 blacks acting like that. You can just where is black people killing whites? Bro, all over the place. You just witnessed the dude kill the white girl on the train. But what you're going to do is you're going to pretend like you don't have common sense so that you won't have to, acknowledge the issue and then deal with it. This is what I'm telling you. And it doesn't help you because the same blacks who kill and prey on whites, they then come to the black community and prey on blacks too. This is happening. No one's just making that shit up. You just watched it on a train. So you didn't see this dude stab this girl in the neck on a train. You didn't see the Jordan Neely kid. He's attacking, beating up elderly white women on trains. They're not scared of you when you walk by because you just, how you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? They're scared of you because they're hearing stories. They're looking at statistics, and they're saying these dudes like to kill white people. And then when you deny it, that ain't happening. Denial doesn't mean anything to a person who's afraid. Denial doesn't mean anything to a person who's afraid. So deny all you want to. But do you have your own organizations that produce alternative facts so you can know the truth? This is my issue with black folks. We refuse to create. We refuse to build our own institutions so that we can make a informed argument, a legitimate argument against the statistics that we claim are false. But then we just want to dismiss the statistics. Oh, that ain't happening. And that's what this dude is doing. That ain't, nah, where? He's being like a female right now, trying to avoid the conversation by pretending to be ignorant of the facts. Plausible deniability. And I say this over and over. Black people, we love that. Those two words, plausible deniability, they have destroyed the black community from the inside out.
The rate is a black man or person, because most murder is men. There are very few female murders. 12 times more likely to kill a white person the other way around. And then you look at the average amount of times that someone in this country is arrested before they're brought in for killing, charged with murder. Do you know how many times they're arrested on average before they murder? 11 times.
Once again, the justice system's got its flaws, and people have been complaining about that for years. We spend more time trying to fix that than trying to complain about the white versus black of it all.
Well, I think, just like I was trying to listen to all communities last time, I think this is something that's unavoidable. If this community, if enough white people get pissed off, they're going, look, we're living in New York now, we're getting killed in record numbers, or Detroit, 12 times the rate. And our system, 3 strikes in California, right? That was a 3-strike policy. The reason that was changed, they said it was racist. Crime went down in black communities 30%. But now people are looking at their cities going, this is a fucking hellscape. And the murders skyrocketed because people said in the name of racial justice, like 3 felonies, you're out.
Because crime is crime, right? But crime is usually going to be higher concentrated in areas where there's high poverty. So typically the areas that's high poverty in this country are areas with people with this color skin. So that's why you're going to have that. That's why I said those numbers could be skewed and made to manipulate to look like, oh yeah, that's why I said in
not at 12 times the rate.
In suburban neighborhoods, white people are not in danger, and that's what this kind of fear mongering tells them, is that you're in danger because you're 12 times more likely to get killed by a black person.
It doesn't matter if it's not happening in suburban neighborhoods. All white people do not live in suburban neighborhoods. But if you're on the train and a dude kills you who's black, do you think someone's like, oh, no, that ain't real? See, black people try to play this game. Oh, it ain't happening a lot, so it ain't important. The fact that it's happening at all. The fact that it's happening at all is a problem. And I believe the statistics because I know our people are hyper emotional. We're very emotional. Bro, I watch videos of black people just straight up melting down over nothing. I say, nah, that person is angry enough to kill. That person is angry enough to kill. Just by the way we treat each other, I know we are capable of doing the stuff that the statistics report.
You live in fucking ain't nobody coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody tripping on you. But these people are just as scared as the other folks.
They are if they get on a bus.
Not necessarily.
They are if they get on a train.
That lady wasn't in danger because that man was black. That lady was in danger because that man was crazy.
Nope.
That man was mentally insane.
But why was he back on
family members? He had his own family members call the hospital to try to get him committed. He told his sister he killed that woman because he thought she was trying to read his mind.
Yep. Why was he let out, though? And I'm not saying it's because he's black. Yeah, I'm saying people look at it, though. The judge said
part of black fatigue.
He's insane, right? We agree.
That's not a black and white issue.
He was deemed not fit to stand trial, right?
Right.
Now,
should have been institutionalized.
Right. The IOU policy, meaning you don't have to pay bail. You don't even have to stay here until you're actually convicted. You just say you'll come back.
Right, which is messed up.
Yeah, the judge, Teresa Stokes, black woman, said, well, this is about racial justice. We need to be softer on crime. So that's her reasoning. That's why he was out. And you can find dozens of examples.
That's her misguided reasoning.
And that's policy.
But that's systemic, though, right?
That's not representative of a whole.
It's not. It's not. No, and look, we always have to say not all. Like, not all white people wear MAGA hats and are dumbass pieces of racist shit. But we have all been accused of racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia. What I'm saying is black fatigue is white people going, you know what? I know I'm not racist. And I know that we're dealing with record crime, and I know that I'm more at risk. And they have negative interactions, and they're constantly told that they're not allowed to voice their fucking opinion because they're white. And if those people get pissed off, like that's where we actually could end up with some kind of, I'm telling you, I see this brewing. I see people who were milquetoast white suburban who are becoming actually racist. Now, not all of them, but I've seen people actually become racist because they get mugged, their store gets looted, and nothing gets done. They're going, and if I say something, it's turned into a racing. I'm telling you what, that's where it's coming from. At what point do we have a talk and go like, okay, let's reform justice, but we have to be honest as to why it was reformed in the first place. This guy, it's not even the only one. It's every 3 days someone's being offed.
Yeah, but at the same time, let's transfer that over to, you know, I mean, there's a lot of unsafe things in this world. Like getting mugged by a black person is not the paramount unsafe thing.
It doesn't matter. Bro, this guy is so dumb. He's like, oh, because I don't think this is a big deal, nobody else does. Bro, what did Martin Luther King say? A riot is the language of the unheard. The more white people are censored and silenced and basically being told, if you say anything negative about a black person, you are a racist. That's more anger is going to build up. And when anger builds up and you feel like nobody is listening to you and nobody cares about you and nobody cares about your safety, you are going to lash out violently. It's going to happen. And I'm not going to lie. There's many black people who have black fatigue. I was at this damn football game yesterday. Yeah, I was like pissed off a little bit because little black kids running all over like, nigga, cut it, bitch. I'm like, man, sit your ass down. Just acting crazy for no reason. There's a game. If you want to run around and play, we're at a high school. There's plenty of room to go down out of the stands and run around and play and frolic all you want. The damn school attendant had to come up there and say, look, y'all asses is about to get kicked up out of here. And then they finally sat down, and then they just was still loud as hell. It's like, bro, come on, man. We didn't come here for all that. I got to listen to them do, if that was me, I would have, bro, you're not on the football field. But to sit up and tell people that they just have to deal with that. Bro, you deal with it. Because the majority of people telling somebody that they have to deal with it, they will lash out violently. This dude in this chair right here, he'll land a Negro low. He knows the threat that he faces in his own community. That's why if he got any type of money, he would move out of it. But yeah, he's trying to have a conversation. No, neighborhood Harold. Oh, they said that Steven Crowder's being antagonistic? No, he's not. Steven Crowder is being very professional and respectful. He's not getting angry, because if it was me, I'd have been like, man, your ass is acting stupid. These guys this is what you deal with in the black community. Oh, you better not disrespect my sister, nigga. But then the same guy going to beat up on his wife every night. Rules for thee, not for me. Whatever's a problem for me is the biggest deal on earth. But if it's a problem for you, it don't matter. That's how a lot of black people operate.
School shootings, there's road rage, there's all of that shit.
Yep.
And the primary people that commit a lot of those are people who don't have this skin.
No.
So if switch it over, if black people say, well, we getting fed up and we tired of all these school shootings and all of these road rage and all that, who do we say something to? Who hears our voice?
And when does the white fatigue kick in?
Well, we've been hearing about that's the point, right? We've been hearing about it all our lives, about white fatigue, about systemic discrimination.
But nothing's ever been done. That's the problem.
It has been done. That's why we've done systemic justice reform that has led to more crime. Right? That's the reason for no three-strike policy. That's the reason for cashless bail. That's the reason for catch and release. The reason for it, in the wake of Black Lives Matter, George Floyd riots, Summer of Love, was we're going to reform crime, we're going to reform the justice system, and it's gotten worse everywhere it's been. And then when white people leave those neighborhoods, well, now it's white flight. If they come in, it's gentrification. And I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who are pissed off, and they're not going to sit down and have this conversation and be real about it. And they're going, well, what happens when someone has to keep their mouth shut about everything?
Nobody tell you have to keep
That's how they feel. That's how they feel.
I don't believe white people have to keep their mouth shut. I think white people don't speak up about a lot of the things that they do and they perpetuate that affects us negatively. That's the stuff that nobody wants to. That the issues aren't made about those things. I really respect the platform that you have because you do have open and honest conversations. And I have to say, I don't believe that those numbers about the black people murdering white people are correct. I don't believe those numbers are correct.
What if they are? What if I'm not lying to you?
If you're not, then I've been misled and I've been isolated from realistic numbers. But I know in this country, from the time that we got here and until now, there's never been hordes of black people that just go out and maraud and menace white people. Interactions happen and things do occur. I'm not saying that they don't, but not by and large in number. We can't be this small a percentage of the overall population and still have the numbers that people try to perpetuate onto us. See, black people do more harm to other black people than we do to other white people.
Well,
so what is flocking? Flocking is exactly that. Literally marauding, going into neighborhoods that are not your own, robbing people. So all these dudes in jail for flocking, we don't do that. But a lot of us talk from a position of it haven't happened to me or I haven't experienced it, so it's not real. Bro, of all school shootings, right? Of all school mass shootings in the United States between 1982 and 2025 by race, black people have committed 26 mass shootings. White folks have committed 84 mass shootings. But when you calculate that based on per capita, the fact that black folks is way less black folks in this country, that's a problem. Asians, 10. Other groups that are not like Asian, Black, Latino, or Mexican, other 5. Native Americans 3. And that's the stats. White, black are leading in the mass shootings. But it's only 44 million black people. It's like over 200 million Mexicans in America, Hispanics. Or maybe like it's over 100 million for sure, right? Not including the immigrants. They only have 12. They only have 12. But y'all will sit up and be like, nah, we don't do. Yes, we do. We do way more of everything bad than we should be doing based on our numbers. There's more Latinos in America than blacks. More than twice the amount. But they don't even commit half the mass shootings that we do. Now, we don't commit half the mass shootings that white folks do, but white folks is the biggest group in the country at over 250 million. I mean, it just, statistically speaking, bro, we tripping. It's all, this conversation was pointless because it was but this don't really happen that much. Okay, man.
True. That's true. Because people who are close. That's true.
We also have historical evidence of groups of white people attacking and chasing black people.
So it's
coming after.
So when
we have historical evidence of groups of white people coming after black people, bro, like 100 years ago, 75, 80 years ago. Come on now.
People
we have
say,
historical
it's not
evidence
happening now.
So
I'm just saying,
and that's the point. Is we're at a precipice right now.
That's a part of the historical condition.
Well, sure, but someone today.
Hold on. I wasn't finished making my point. I wasn't finished making my point. You know, when like I said, black fatigue, that's the newest mantra that's been put out into society to make people think that, okay, they tired of black people. They tired of what you said, that we can't say anything about black people. We can't do, well, when you hold all the power, when you hold all the economic rights, when you hold all the things that make this country move, when you're in charge of those things, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? I put it like this. Black people, white people got the firecrackers, we got the stem. That's it. Y'all got the power. The power is placed outside of the black community. We're charged with all the negative things. Those are the things that are really generally coincide with how people relate to us. The bad stuff that's go wrong with this world is the black people's fault. We the smallest part of this country. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Beside the immigrants.
But the immigrants outnumber you. Dude, you're the smallest, you're one of the smallest groups, but you're doing a disproportionate amount of the crime. That's the problem. That's the problem that everyone's pointing out. You're the smallest group, but you're doing a disproportionate amount of the crime. Same bullshit. Same excuse making. And what is it getting them? Their neighborhoods are so violent they can't even live there. It doesn't work. I'm never going to get up there and be like, yeah, no, but this, we get blamed. Who is we? Pookie and Ray Ray is doing it. But I keep telling you guys, and I've told you guys this a million times, it is not the criminals in the black community that are the problem. The problem in the black community are the people who know better, who continue to defend the criminal element within their own community. Look at Memphis right now. Those black people are celebrating because Donald Trump came in there and got rid of those damn thugs and Pookies and Ray Rays and stuff, right? They're getting arrested. Guy said, this is the first time I was able to walk to the store in 20 years. Bro, what type of spineless wimp are you when you live in a community and it gets so bad that you can't walk to the store? It's not the fact that that guy's not willing to go bust some heads to make his community safer. It's the fact that if he speaks against the people making the community unsafe, all they mamas, they uncles, they brothers, they cousins, they sisters gonna come out, oh, you just hate your own people. If you are black in America today and you dare speak out out against black vagrants, they will say you are a traitor to your race if you speak up about black criminality. And that's what these guys are doing. Steven Crowder is pointing out facts. They are defending criminal activity in their community by saying, hey, man, it ain't us. It ain't just us. We ain't the ones who majority do it, all this stuff. Well, yeah, you're not the one who majority does it because you ain't nothing but 44 million. But you are the ones that are doing it at a higher rate than anyone else based on your population size. That's why you're the most incarcerated, because you're doing criminal activity at a higher rate. Now, does that mean there are actually more blacks in jail around America than whites? Right? I don't think so. Let me check. What race makes up the highest number of incarcerated in America? White individuals make up the largest number of incarcerated people in the United States of America. There are more white people in jail than any other group. See, we can understand per capita when it's a disproportionate amount of blacks in the prison system. We know what per capita means. We know that there's way too many of us in jail based on our population size. But when white folks say, man, it's way too many of y'all committing crimes at this rate based on your population size, all of a sudden we don't know what per capita means anymore. Most of y'all didn't even know that. White individuals make up the largest number of incarcerated people in the U.S., while black people are incarcerated at a disproportionately higher rate. In 2022, white people accounted for 31% of sentenced state and federal prisoners, and black people made up 32%. See, we understand per capita and being disproportionately represented in that case when we're the victim, but we don't understand the concept of being disproportionately represented when it comes to actually committing the crime and victimizing others. And that's why these other groups, they will eventually stop trying to explain and talk to you, because they're going to realize what all black folks who got sense realize. These niggas are playing dumb. That's what we do best. And those old Negroes like these dudes in this barbershop, that's what they're doing. They're pretending not to understand so that they don't have to take accountability. And if you dare say, hey man, stop acting stupid, you know exactly what he's talking about. Oh, you a coon, you a traitor. Guys, the shell game only works for so long before the shooting starts. You could sit up, say somebody steal your stuff and it's in their bag, and they arguing with you about, oh, I didn't take your stuff, but you know your shit is in their bag. How long are they gonna argue with you about their stuff when they know you got their stuff? Yeah, they might talk with you and play with you for a couple of minutes, but after a while, they about to beat you up and take their stuff back. That's black folks. That's what's gonna happen. That's what black fatigue is. You remember when your mama used to say, man, I'm tired of talking to y'all? That's black fatigue right there. People gonna get tired of talking to you. Why you pretend? Why you feign ignorance? And they just gonna start putting, like they did in 92 and 94, they just gonna start putting harsher penalties, coming to drag your ass up out of your neighborhood and throw you in jail for 30 and 40 and 95 years. You better ask TK. You better ask B Brazy. After a certain point, they ain't talking to you no more. They don't hear that shit. I had a bad childhood and all that. Nah, man, hell no. Y'all doing too much. They rather, your mom used to say, I could show you better than I could tell you. They about to start showing your ass. Because when they try to talk to you like a human being, you play dumb. Don't want to bombard your inbox. I know your time is valuable. I want to send you a debate Andrew Wilson and Pearl had against some ignorant curs. You sick. I'll check it out for sure. Shout out to you, Luke Perry, for the super chat. Guys, I'm gonna go over this debate in depth. But it's really annoying me to sit and just like listen to them talk in circles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna listen to it in my free time, and then I'm gonna pull out the parts that are important, and then I already have the timestamps because I put it in AI. I'm gonna react to the most important parts, because a lot of that is fluff and dudes talking in circles, and I can't analyze that in real time like that. Sticks and Stones, shout out to you. And I'm burping. Excuse me. Sticks and Stones, shout out to you for the $5 holler. Bruh said, hey, B, get up and go outside and throw some hands. Laugh out loud, I'm done. Keep cooking, bro. Hey, bitch, get up and go outside and throw some hands. Nah, for real though. It be like that. Shout out to you, bro. And then the bro came again. Oh, wait, no. Wait. You said it twice. Shout out for the other $5 holler. I appreciate that. For real. The Neighborhood Herald, thank you for the $10 holler. I think this dynamic fuels the growing disconnect between black men and women. For decades, black men have had to suppress any sign of aggression to avoid harsh consequences. We move different. 100%. Our women basically weaponized our own masculinity against us. Get in there arguing with you, disrespecting you. Soon as you act like a man normally reacts, oh, I'm calling the police. He hit me. He did this. He did that. So now black people, black men, what I'll tell you, Neighborhood Herald, we now practice something that they teach you in dog training. And animals practice this. When you are a threat, animals practice avoidance. A dog has to be trained to attack a person, right? If it's not trained to attack a person, it will practice avoidance. That is a part of their evolution as domestic canines. If there's a threat, nature has told them it is safer to avoid the threat than engage the threat head on. So, what do black men do? We do the same thing because we've been trained to be that way. You see a lot of black men leaving a family, walking out on their kids, all that. Nah, man, you like to start shit with me. And then when I react, you call the cops. You are a threat to me. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to avoid you. I'm going to avoid the threat. I'm not going to engage with the threat head on because that leads to me being incarcerated. Back in the day, you slap your wife, I'm not saying beat the shit out of her, but you give her a slap or something, that was nothing. But now, shit, touch her, pinch her, you're cooked. It used to be legal for you to whoop your wife across her ass with a belt, as long as you didn't hit her in the face. Now, that chick sit up in your face, disrespect you, slap you, whatever. You supposed to just walk in and say, you walk in and your wife is riding some other dude's dick, you supposed to just, okay, honey, I guess I accept it. That's not natural for men, right? But they're forcing you to go against your own nature. Shane, shout out to Shane for $5 for the $5 holler. What the hell, ghetto birds? You don't hear that in this neighborhood every day. Shout out to the neighborhood herald for another $2 holler. Are you saying it's wrong dating outside our race? I never said that. You date whoever you want to. Sticks and Stones LA, all these brothers up here talking about the white man, but our communities across the country are falling apart. Our communities across the country is falling apart and failing. 100%. 100%. You could keep complaining and lying, but eventually the rubber is gonna meet the road. The truth is gonna, my granny used to say, it's gonna tell on you before you tell on it. And that's what black folks is dealing with. We could just deny, plausible deniability. We could, no, it ain't that way, but it's gonna tell on you before you tell on it. And we were in denial in the 90s. We were in denial in the 2000s. We were in the denial in the 2010s. And boom, drill rap came. We would, mama lied. My baby was it. Look, I kid you not. This a whole bar. Back in the day, mama would deny. My baby wouldn't do nothing like that. My baby ain't capable. That's my baby. He would never do that. Now the baby is on a damn song on the internet telling you he killed 10 people, telling you he shot somebody and blew their head off, telling you he went and robbed a store and murdered 2 people. Yeah, it's going to tell on you before you tell on it. That's what we used to do back in the day, deny that it was happening. But now our children have revealed the ignorance of our community. They're like, no, mom, I did go murder 3 people. Nah, dad, I did rob that store and kill the clerk. Now they go and admit it online while you dumb in the neighborhood and in the courtroom trying to defend it. I remember I talked to this OG. Bro, he's from Long Beach. And I was just talking to him. We just chopping up and shit. He's like, man, you know what's crazy, bro? He said, man, I remember when I was young, man, I was running around robbing stores. I was robbing stores and I was running around shooting at people, rival gang members and stuff. He said, I remember one time I was in court. I'm in there handcuffed, sitting in a little pew for the inmates. He said, my mama came to court crying. He said, bro, my mama cried so hard. He said, it just made me. He's like, you know how you get that lump in your throat? He was like, my mama was in there crying so hard, I start crying. He said, my mama begged that judge, please don't send him to jail. My son just wouldn't do nothing like that. He would never do nothing like that. He said that judge let him out of jail. He said, but he remembered thinking, I did every damn thing they were saying I did. He said, nephew, I was sitting on that bench, thinking to myself, if my mama knew that I did every damn thing they was accusing me of. That's Negroes right there in a nutshell. Because to mama, that's always going to be her baby. And if your daddy ain't shit, that's always going to be his baby. But it's different now because now the babies are telling on themselves on the internet. So what do you think that does to the credibility of the black mother and father? Oh, no, y'all niggas like to lie for y'all kids. Or y'all just don't know y'all kids as well as you think you know them. Hey, man, thank you for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for me and this channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.